All right, welcome back to another game of Precision Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of Precision Baseball. In this game, we're going to play a demo game using the brand new cards for Precision Baseball. I made a few changes here and there, and so reprinted these out. And so we'll be playing Atlanta Braves at the Chicago Cubs. This is from August 4th, 2023. Made a few changes to the lineup for the Cubs. I didn't print those those players out. I wasn't expecting the backup guys, so many backups to get in. So we got a lot of their starters into the game. They'll be facing off against Max Fried, and for the Cubs today it will be Kyle Hendricks, the right-hander. This game was 8-0, I believe. Atlanta over Chicago last year, and we're playing from at the friendly confines at Clark and Addison in Chicago, and Wrigley Field is the scene of our game. It's a packed day, August 4th, 84 degrees, sunny, and a beautiful day in Chicago. So let's get this one started. For Atlanta, it'll be Acuna in right field. Albies playing second. Austin Riley at third. Matt Olson at first. Sean Murphy is catching. Marcell Ozuna is the DH. Eddie Rosario is in left. Orlando Arcia is at short. And Michael Harris, the second, is in center field. Like I said, Max Fried going for the Braves. And for the Cubs, it'll be Madrigal playing third base and leading off. Swanson is at short. Ian Happ in left. Cody Bellinger is in center field and hitting cleanup. Yan Gomes will be catching in this game. Seiya Suzuki in right. Nico Horner gets to start at DH. Patrick Wisdom is playing first, and Christopher Morel is at second base. So swapped in Morel and Horner, and then put Gomes, not DHing, but playing at the catcher spot. All right, we got everything that we need for the game all ready to go, and let's get in on this one. For the Braves, it's going to be Acuna, Albies, and Riley. Kyle Hendricks, he is -5 against lefty batters, -1 against right-handed batters. You can see that now I have right-handed in red, right red, same thing down here, so maybe it's a little bit easier to see that. And then I'm just going to play through this, so if you want to know how to play the game, I'm going to explain the first part of it to you, and then after that I'm just going to play. So each at bat you're going to use either the left-handed or right-handed splits. So every at bat in this game is going to be from splits. There's no opportunity for anything else. So we're going for precision in this game, and that's what, splits equal precision for most people. So that's what we're going to do. So we look at the pitcher. He's facing a right-handed batter in Ronald Acuna. So his rating is a -1 against right-handed batters. Minus is good for a pitcher. So the lower the number, the lower the minus number, the better. For a batter, the higher the number, the better. So we have Kyle Hendricks not going against his strength. Ronald Acuna Jr. is going against his strength. So we add these two together. 6 minus 1 is a 5, a +5. Normally, if these two players were a 0, it would be, we roll this D10 or D20, and we decide which card are we going to read off of. So it's a sort of a modified 50-50 system. If both players are a 0 or equal, like if he was a +6 and a -6, they would be equal. That would equal 0, so there would be no advantage to one player or the other. And in that situation, it's a 1 to 10 for the batter, 11 to 20 for the pitcher. In this case, it's a +5 advantage for the batter, because 6 minus 1 is +5. If he had a -5 against right-handed pitching, it would be a +1 advantage. So 6 minus 5 is +1. So you can see, because of the right-handed bat, it's a bigger advantage to Ronald Acuna. So a +5, that means instead of 1 to 10, we add that 5 to his 10. So it's a 1 to 15, and Ronald Acuna Jr. will control this at bat. And then we read off of his card and just kind of play off that. It's really just a way to get the at bat started, but I tried to really figure out like the pitcher hitter interaction. What is it that makes a hitter good against a pitcher, and what is it that makes a pitcher good against a hitter? What can we glean from basic statistics to decide who's stronger in this matchup? So that's kind of where I came from. Hopefully it works out well. Okay, so we have a 4. You can see a 4 on the D20. That means that we're reading off of Acuna's card, because remember it's a 1 to 15. Then we read red, white, and blue. So a 213 is right here. That's going to be, sorry, in the red. That's going to be a fly ball. And I'll just show you what I'm doing for the at bat. The fly ball goes to 748. You can see here in our fly ball finder, 748 goes to the center fielder. So that's going to be hit out to Cody Bellinger. Then we roll to see, did he make an error? It's possible, a 091. Bellinger is he has an error rating of 0. And then we look here, a 1 to 30 or a 981 to 1,000 is an error. So no error on the play. Cody Bellinger makes the catch, and that is the first out of the ball game. Fly ball to center field for Acuna. Sorry, new cards. Brings up Ozzie Albies. Albies is now a switch hitter against a right-handed pitcher. That means he's going to be hitting left-handed. So Hendricks is stronger against left-handed batters, so he's a -5. Albies is strongest against right-handed pitching, so he's a +3. So 3 minus 5 is still a -2. So there's the advantage goes to Kyle Hendricks. So instead of a 1 to 10, we say 10 minus 2 is 8, and a 1 to 8 is the advantage to Ozzie Albies. We get a 1, so that's always going to be to the batter. And then we have a 781. 781 is going to be a base hit. And we roll to see where the base hit goes. We have a little hit chart here, and 8 is a line drive to right field as he takes a change up and pulls it into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Ozzie Albies. So Albies at first with no 1 out, and that'll bring up Austin Riley to the plate. Riley is a right-handed bat, so that's going to be a 2 minus 1, which is a +1 advantage to Riley. So 1 to 11 is the, and Riley, it'll be coming off of his card. It's a 9, so we have a 250. 250 off of a right-hander is going to be a fly ball. And we go through the same process. 589, that's going to be a fly ball to right field this time. And in right field is Seiya Suzuki. A 994, that's a possibility of an error. If you roll really high or really low, you should check. So Suzuki is a -1 on his error. A -1, 981 to 1,000, 31 to 100. So that's actually going to be an error on the right fielder, a 994. So we say E9, and right off the bat, that's going to be 2 runners on with 1 out as the Cubs commit an error in the first inning. Brings up Matty Olson. Olson, big left-handed stick, 54 home runs in 2023. Against right-handed pitchers, he's a +5. Against left-handed batters, he's a -5. So that means they're equal strength. So 1 to 10 to Olson, 11 to 20 to Hendricks. It's going to be off of Olson's card, a 940. We look here, and it's 898 to 1,000 is a home run. And just like that, Matt Olson with a 3-run job. And that is hit out to straightaway center field. And that's off the batter's eye as he tags one. And the Braves have a 3-0 lead. Nothing unusual for the Braves last year. They scored more first inning runs than any team in baseball. And they jump out 3-0 on the Cubs, and Kyle Hendricks. Could be a short day for Hendricks. Sean Murphy, his first at bat. Murphy's a right-handed batter, so they're even strength again. 1 minus 1 is 0. And so 1 to 10 goes to Murphy. This time we go off of the pitcher card. 420 is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to center field. Bellinger in center field, 923. That's never an error, so that's going to be a catch made by Bellinger in center field. There are a few shortcuts if you want to see, 923 falls here. There's never an error. It's when you get to 980, or less than 100. That's when you should really be making sure that you check. So Sean Murphy is down for out number 2, and that's going to bring up Marcell Ozuna, the big bear. 2 down, 3 already in for the Braves, and this is going to be a +1 to Ozuna, so this is off of his card. 625 is a walk, as Ozuna takes a walk from Kyle Hendricks. Ozuna at first with 2 down. Eddie Rosario to the plate. Rosario and Hendricks, even strength. So 14 is going to go off Hendricks' card. 734 is a hit by pitch. So he plunks Eddie Rosario. Comes in a little bit too hard. And down to first goes Eddie Roz. Tough first inning here for Kyle Hendricks at Wrigley Field. This is going to come off of his card too. So 438 is a line drive. And that goes to 619. Line drive to center field. 842. Bellinger is there, and he's going to make the catch. With 2 outs, we don't have to worry about runner advancement, so that's just going to be an L8 as Cody Bellinger makes every out, but the Braves do score 3 on a 3-run jack by Matt Olson to dead center field. Cubs down 3-0 as they come to bat for the first time in the bottom of the first. It'll be Madrigal, Swanson, and Happ for the Cubbies. So Max Fried against a right-hander, that's his strength, a -5. And against left-handed pitching, he's a 0. So Max Fried is a 1 to 15 off of his card. It's a 12, so that's coming off of Max's card. A 910 is going to be some sort of hit. 568, so when there's a hit off the pitcher card, we look in this little area here. It's gray, but it's hard to tell. 568 off of a left-hander is going to be a single. And that's a little Texas leaguer to center field as Madrigal drops that one in over the shortstop who runs out. Arcia can't get to that one, and that falls for a base hit. It's not that good. Now Madrigal at first is a +1 on his stealing. Catcher is Murphy. I want to say he's a +3 on his throwing. Maxwell Fried is a 1 on his hold, so that's a +4. And then we say 1 minus whatever that catcher and pitcher together is. So 1 minus 4 is a -3, which if you're trying to steal second on our steal second chart, a -3 is the very lowest. So you have to be a little bit faster than that, for me personally, to be stealing second. So Dansby Swanson to the plate. That's a 6. Swanson's a right-handed batter. And it's a -5 to Fried. So 10 minus 5, it's a 1 to 15. I'm sorry, a 1 to 5 for the batter. So 6 just puts him right into Fried's category. So 445, that's going to be a line drive. And it's a liner to 203. That's a liner to left field. The play is made. So the play is made by the left fielder. We're going to go ahead and say L7. We'll get our line drive chart here. And with a runner on first base and a line drive to left field, everything is either a no-go or is the option of the player to go. Madrigal doesn't have blazing speed, -3, so we're just gonna have him go back to the bag since he doesn't have to go. So one down, runner at first base, Ian Happ to the plate. Happ is a switch hitter, so he'll be hitting right-handed, and that's plays right into Max Fried's strength. So against left-handed pitching is a 0. It's a -5, so 1 to 5 for Happ, and we have a 15. So 731, that will be a strikeout for Max Fried, as he gets Happ swinging at a slider. Happ goes down for out number 2. Cubs 2 outs and a runner at first. Belly to the plates. Bellinger a left-hander, so it's a 0. And against left-handed pitching is a +2, so it's a 1 to 12 for Bellinger, and that'll be off his card. A 204 is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to 006. A fly ball to 006 is a pop-up to the catcher. And let's see if the catcher makes the play. That's going to be Sean Murphy. My name's Murphy. Murphy, his catching rating right here, you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says -2. That's based off of defensive run saves, so that's what I'm using for their sort of all-encompassing fielding rating. He's a +2. A +2 is an error only on a 981 to 1,000, so that's going to be a good catch from Murphy. And we'll say P2. And Chicago gets the leadoff man on, but can't move him over. So we're going to head to the top of the second inning. Top of the second inning. It's 3-0 Braves over the Cubbies. Kyle Hendricks comes out. He'll face off against Harris, and then back to the top of the order with Acuna and Albies. Michael Harris against right-handed pitching is a +2. Against the left-handed battery is a -5. So it's a -3, a 1 to 7 to the batter. And you can see it's an 8, so that's going to come off Hendricks' card. 339. 339 is a fly ball. He gets that one out to left field to the opposite way. No problem out in left. As Ian Happ makes that catch for out number 1. So one down, back to the top of the order with Ronald Acuna. He flied out to Bellinger in his first at-bat. He's got a +5 advantage, so 1 to 15 to Acuna. 776 is going to be a base hit, as Acuna grounds one through the right side, and he will be at first base. Let's check the battery here. So his throwing is a +2. His hold is a -3, so he doesn't hold runners very well. And that you add those together, so you have a -1. Acuna stealing is a 7, so we say 7 minus a -1, which is 7 + 1, and that is going to equal an 8. So Ronald Acuna is going to be going. There is a chance for him to be thrown out here in the red, but better chance that he steals the bag. 260, and 260 is right here in the green, so he is going to be in for a stolen base. So Ronald Acuna steals the bag. He had 73 of those last year. Ridiculous season. He's a second base in scoring position for Ozzie Albies. Albies with a base hit in his last at bat. Again, he's hitting left-handed. So against righties, he's a +3. Against lefties, he's a -5. So a -2, 1 to 8 to Albies. 259 is going to be a fly ball. So Hendricks gets him to lift one. That's a pop up to the second baseman. The second baseman is Christopher Morel. Morel is an error rating of 0. So he's going to make the catch there. It's a 742. So pop up to second. No advancement from the runner. And Ozzie Albies is out number 2. You can see once you get into a little bit of a flow of the game doesn't take a super long time. It's off Hendricks' card, 894. That's going to be a hit off of the player's card. Austin Riley against a right-hander here. A 072 is a single. So that's going to be a 2-out single. He hits that. It's a ground ball to left field. So Acuna's speed running is a +2. The left fielder Hap's arm is a +3. So we're going to go off of the speed rating, or the extra base rating here. So we have a +2. It's this column here, 1 to 5. So we're going to see if Acuna scores from second. There's a little bit of a chance for him to be thrown out. 629 though. That's in the meaty middle. So Acuna is going to score from second base as the throw comes in too late. And that will be a 4-0 lead now for the Braves as Austin Riley knocks in his first run of the game. And inning still alive for the Braves. Last time up, Matt Olson hit a shot to center field. That was a 3-run homer. He's got a man on right now, and he's facing Kyle Hendricks. So a +5 and a -5, so they're even. 024, that's going to be a grounder. I want to say it's our first ground ball. This is a grounder to second base. And the second baseman is Morel. Can't remember his. He's got a 0 rating. So he's going to make that play. And we need to see what to do with the ball. So he does get there. He does make the catch, but we got to see what happens on the play. We have a runner at first base. And the hit is to second base. So we're looking here in this column. A 014 is tough because that's just going to be an all safe, as he gets to the ball, but he can't do anything with it. He's just got to put it in his back pocket. And that's an infield single for Matty Olson. Tough break there for the Cubs, as it'll be runners at first and second now with 2 down. Sean Murphy coming up to the plate. Murphy, this is even Steven between the two. So a 516 is going to be a strikeout, as Hendricks gets him with the changeup. Murphy swings through it. That's going to be out number 3, but the Braves do put another run on the board. They lead 4-0 after 2 innings. 1.5. In the bottom of the first, it's going to be Gomes, Suzuki, and Horner for the Cubbies. This is -4, so 1 to 6 to Gomes, and a 319 is going to be a fly ball. That fly ball is to second base, so we got to pop up to second. That's going to be a good catch there. We'll go P4 on the pop up, as Yan Gomes pops up to the second baseman, Cubbies. Up next is Seiya Suzuki, the right fielder. So Suzuki, that's a -3, a 1-7 to Suzuki. 336 off of Max's card. You can see induces a fly ball. 907, that's going to be a fly ball or a pop up to short. So another pop up. 933 though. No error there. So 2 pop ups in a row on the infield as Arcia goes out onto the grass in left center, and he makes the catch there. And that'll be out number 2. As Suzuki a little bit late on that fastball. Brings up Nico Horner. Horner and 18, that's off of Fried's card. A 070, that'll be a grounder. It's a ground ball to first. Olsen is there and he'll make the play. We'll say unassisted. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Maxwell Fried. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. It's 4-0 Atlanta over Chicago in this game from the Windy City. For the Braves, it'll be Ozuna, Rosario, and Arcia. Ozuna is a +2, so he's a +1, so 1-11. 247 is going to be a fly ball from Ozuna. And 992, that's a pop up to third base. Hendricks gets him out front. He pops it up to third. And in short left field is, who's playing third? Nick Madrigal. He's going to make the play. So we go P5 on the putout. And Ozuna is out number 1. Eddie Ross to the plate. He was plunked last time he was up. And this time it will be a ground ball off Hendricks' card. It's a grounder at third base. No problem there for Madrigal at third as he makes the pick and the throw across the diamond to get Eddie Rosario in his flashy shoes. And we are headed to Orlando Arcia, 8th batter in the lineup. He lined out to center field in his last at bat. This is going to be an 897. 897, that's a base hit for Arcia as he hits a line drive to right field. Takes that slider and deposits it into right field. 1 for 2 now for Orlando Arcia. Arcia not a threat to run or steal. Michael Harris up now. He flat out to left in his first at bat. 605 is going to be a strikeout. So Harris can handle the changeup down and away. And that's going to be out number 3. So good inning there from Kyle Hendricks. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 4-0 Atlanta over Chicago. Bottom of the order up for the Cubs. It's Patrick Wisdom, Christopher Morel, and then back to the top with Nicky Madrigal. A -5 and a -1 is a -6, so a 1-4 to Patrick Wisdom. .691, that's going to be a strikeout for Max Fried. And that's out number 1. Brings up Christopher Morel to the plate, his first at bat of the game. He's going to be a -5 to Fried. So 1-5 to Christopher Morel. 406 is going to be a line drive off of Morel's bat. That goes to right field. Got a chance for an error here. The right fielder is Acuna. Acuna's error rating is a 0. 981 to 1,000. This is a 989, so he's actually going to make the error as he gets there, gets leather on it, but can't make the catch. And that's actually going to be out a runner at first now with nobody out. Morel stealing is a 0. The Braves battery is a +4. So that doesn't sound like a good deal. Try to get him stealing a base. Brings up Nick Madrigal. Madrigal 0 for 1. This will be off of Madrigal's card, 728. And that is a hit by pitch as Fried comes in hard on the right-hander, a little bit too hard, as that one gets away from him. And that's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. Cubs threatening here in the bottom of the third. Dansby Swanson to the plate. Swanson is a 1-6. A 6-10 is going to be a strikeout, big strikeout from Max Fried. That's out number 1. Third strikeout of the game for Fried. And Ian Happ to the plate. He was a strikeout victim in his last at-bat. He is a -2, so 1-8 here, and the roll is a 9. So 881, that's a base hit off of the pitcher card. We look over on the batter card against a lefty. 273 is a base knock. And that is a little blooper to right field that falls in as Happ goes the other way with it and dumps it into right field. It's going to move everybody up 1. Let's see. Madrigal runs at a -3. And Acuna's arm is a +2, so he definitely has the advantage. Cubs are going to press their luck here. And they're going to try to send Madrigal home. So he's a -3. That puts him here. I'm sorry, here. This column. This is the base running, taking extra bases. These are stealing. So -3 is what we do here. So we're going to roll off of this. Anything from 211 to 710, he'll be safe. And it's a 720. 720 is in the red, and he gets gunned down at the plate by Ronald Acuna Jr. So, Happ trying to advance gets thrown out 9-2. That's out number 2. Nobody else is moving up farther. And to create a rule there based off of people's running abilities for moving up more. But as it is, that's where we're going to stand. So Ian Happ, no RBIs. He dumps one into right field. Morel rounds second. He gets thrown out at the plate by a laser beam from Ronald Acuna Jr. And there are 2 outs with 2 on. So runners at first and second base for Cody Bellinger. Bellinger is a -3, so 1-7 to Bellinger. 365 is going to be a fly ball as he hits that one out to right field. Ronald Acuna is under it, and he makes the play. So Acuna with the out in right. With 2 down, there's no need to check on runner advancement as long as he makes that play. The Cubs don't score any. They were threatening. Acuna committed the error that allowed Morel to get on in the first place. And you know, that was 1 too many batters, wasn't it? So 1 out, 2 outs. The gun down here should have been the last. That should have been the last one. So Bellinger, that should have been out number 3. That's out number 2. All right, so Bellinger will be up first. Good thing I caught that. All right, we head to the top of the 4th inning, back to the top of the order for the Braves. Third at bat already for Acuna. He'll be facing Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks can go 24 batters. He's at 18 right now. Sorry about the shake. For Ronald Acuna, he is a +5, so this goes to his card. 771 is going to be another base hit for him. And this will be another grounder to the right side. And you know we're taking off with Ronald. Ronald is he's a ++ base stealer, so he's here. A 621, he's going to be in there safe at second base. And you may say, what, was it automatic when he got on base? Yes, it was automatic. Almost. He got thrown out a little bit, but not much. And it was like a video game. Get him on first, he's in scoring position. So, brings up Ozzie Albies. Nobody out, runner at first base. So it's a -2, so 1 to 8 to Albies. So 613 is going to be a strikeout as he gets Albies striking out for the first time. Ozzie now 1 for 3. That'll be out number 1. Can't advance the runner along, which could be bad. Brings up Austin Riley. Riley with an RBI single in his last at bat. 434. That's going to be a strikeout for Riley. So back-to-back Ks for Kyle Hendricks. So he gets Riley swinging through a changeup. And that'll bring up Matty Olson. Olson, a 0.95 will be a fly ball. Wow, he did not hit very many grounders. 1 to 90, as in he has a less than 10%, a 9% chance of hitting a ground ball. So a grounder, this one goes to shortstop. First chance for Swanson. Could be a difficult one. 006. What is Swanson? Dansby is a +3 on his errors. So he just avoids the error. Makes a tough play. You can see on a +3 that's anything greater than 1. And he's in this column, or that row there. In normal fielder, that would have been an error. But Dansby Swanson will make the catch. And let's see what happens on the play. We have a runner at second base. And this is a 516, runner on second base. That's a 6-3 put out. So Swanson makes the catch, makes a good throw to first, and that's going to end the inning as Olson grounds out to short with a runner in scoring position. Kyle Hendricks doing a good job here. The last couple of innings. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is Atlanta 4, Chicago 0, and it'll be Bellinger, Gomes, and Suzuki to the plate. Bellinger is a +2 advantage, so 1 to 12. A 0.50, that's a grounder. It's going to go to shortstop. Making the play is the shortstop, Arcia, and that'll be out number 1. So Belly makes the first out, and that'll bring up Yan Gomes. Gomes popped up to second base in his first at bat. This is going to be a ground ball, and that grounder goes to the third baseman, Austin Riley, 174. Riley's a -1, and he's going to make the play there. So we go 5-3, long throw. But he does get the slow of foot catcher. That's going to be out number 2. So Max Fried cruising in this one. Only giving up a couple of hits so far. 14 is going to be an advantage to Max Fried. 5-15, that'll be a strikeout as he gets Suzuki on the big slow curveball. He drops it on him, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Maxwell Fried as Suzuki goes down on strikes. Top of the 5th we go here at the Friendly Confines in Chicago. It's 4-0 Atlanta. A little game recap. Atlanta got a single error and home run, 3-run homer from Matt Olson back in the first inning. Then in the second inning, Acuna got on with a base hit to right. He stole second, and Austin Riley knocked him in with an RBI single. For the Cubs in the third inning, I'm sorry, Christopher Morel got on via an error on Acuna. He moved up to second base, and then Ian Happ with a little dump of a single into right field. Morel tried to score on Ronald Acuna Jr. and promptly got thrown out at the plate. And that's where we stand. That was the best scoring opportunity that the Cubs have had. They've not been able to figure out Max Fried yet. For the Braves, it'll be Murphy, Ozuna, and Rosario. Sort of a lazy day game here. That was a 0. An 18. That's going to be a grounder. And a 344. That's a grounder to second base. Second baseman is Morel. We need to check that because that's a 068. Let's check Morel. Where's he hiding? Somewhere in here. His error is a 0. So just into the good play range. And Morel spins and fires to first and gets the catcher Murphy for out number 1. Murphy now 0 for 3. You're not rolling with real dice unless the die gets away, right? All right, Marcell Ozuna DH. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Against righties, he's a +2. So this is a +1 advantage, 1-11. So it's going to come off of Hendricks' card. 467 is a line drive off of Ozuna's bat. That liner goes to right field. 940 is the right fielder. Right fielder is Suzuki. Seiya is a -1. And a 940 is going to be a good catch. So, tough liner to right field. The Suzuki comes in on and makes the play. Ozuna hits it hard, but he's out number 2. And we head to Eddie Rosario, 2 down, nobody on. Rosario 0 for 1. He grounded out to third in his last at bat. This is a -4 advantage to Hendricks, so 1-6 to Rosario. It's a 6 and won't really matter. 0-40. That's going to be a grounder. .331. That's a little ground ball to second base. Christopher Morel is going to make the play there. As a little easier play than before. And he bookends the inning. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Hendricks. Nice job of riding the ship from Kyle Hendricks after he gave up 4 early runs to the Braves. Could have folded after the Olson home run, but he didn't. And maybe for the 6th, we'll need a new pitcher. Let's see. 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We'll bring in a new pitcher for the Cubs. And we got Maxwell Fried going for the Braves. He's going to face off against Nico Horner, Patrick Wisdom, and Christopher Morel. So it's a -3, 1-7 to Horner. 751 is going to be a walk. So Horner draws the walk. That's the first walk of the day, I believe. Given up by Max Fried. And Nico Horner at first. He's actually pretty good at stealing. He's a +4. So that would make him even Steven, a 0. On a 0, you can see there's quite a few greens here. So we're going to get him to try to steal second base. And also put how many stolen base attempts that they have on here. You can see down at the bottom. Yeah, 19 stolen base attempts even against lefties. That tells me he's a pretty aggressive base stealer. So let's go ahead and send him. It's an 879. 879 is here, and he's just ahead of the throw as he slides in safely to second base. Nico Horner swipes a bag and gets himself into scoring position. It's a good threat for the Cubs. Nobody out and one on at second base. Brings up Patrick Wisdom to the plate. A 152 is going to be a grounder. This goes to shortstop. A 953. Let's see. It's never an error. So Orlando Arcia, or Arcia. He's going to make the catch. Let's see what happens on the play. Got a runner at second base to the shortstop. A 972. That's going to be a 6-3 put out with a runner advancement, so the arrow is pointing forward. That means that the runner advances. How do I know? Because it says right here, runner advance. So the runner advances. That's a little tapper to shortstop, and running in behind him is Nico Horner. He'll make it to third base. The only play is to first, and now we have a runner at first base, or at third, with only one out. Good job by Patrick Wisdom. Brings up Christopher Morel. 442 for Morel. That's going to be a strikeout. Nice job by Max Fried there to get the big second out. Not allow that runner to advance from third. Now he's got to get Madrigal. He hasn't yet. Madrigal 1 for 1 with a single, and he got hit by a pitch last time up. This time it's a 651. 651 is another strikeout. So back-to-back Ks for Max Fried, and he gets out of the 5th inning, having given up no runs. The Cubs strand a runner at third base. They had a runner at third and one out, and couldn't get him home. And a frustrating offensive day for the Cubs against my man Max Fried. Fried threw a gem last night. 3-hit shutout against the Fish. And excellent pitching performance, less than 100 pitches. So anybody who says that kind of stuff can't be done today just is not watching. Some really good pitching performances out there. We're going to get a new pitcher for the Cubs. Let me go ahead and pause this and get somebody in. All right, new pitcher for the Cubs is going to be Javier Assad. He can go 14 batters. He replaces Kyle Hendricks, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. I believe only 2 of those were earned. 1 walk, 4 Ks. He did hit a batter and faced 25 batters. So we are headed to the top of the 6th inning. Atlanta's going to send up the bottom of the order. Arcia, Harris, and then back to the top with Ronald Acuna. Javier Assad, a right-hander. Against right-handed bats, he's a -1. I needed some. He's facing sort of alternating batters, so we need somebody with some stamina, but also the ability to get both sides of the plate out. So, win here, especially because of the stamina part. And we'll save some of the other players for the end if the Cubs can rally a little bit. So against right-handed bats, he's a -1, so they're even Steven. A 1 to 10 goes to the batter. So this is off of Arcia. 527, though, is going to be a strikeout as Assad. Guess the K, that's going to be out number 1. First strikeout of the day for the Braves shortstop. Brings up Michael Harris, the second center fielder, young center fielder. This is his second year of service in the bigs. And left-handed bat, so it's a -2 off of Assad. And then against a righty, he's a +2, so they're even as well. 674 is going to be a walk as Harris draws a walk. He's at first base. His stealing is only a 1. He's a good base runner, but doesn't steal a lot of bases. Assad holds pretty well, so just that is going to make him even. So we'll leave him there, especially with Acuna coming up. Acuna 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and 2 stolen bases. Against a righty, he's a +6, so he's a +5, 1-15. So that's going to come off of his card. A 0.58 though, that's going to be a grounder. Let's see where the ground ball goes to. 128. That's a grounder to first, and the first baseman is going to make the play. Let's see what happens on the play. We got a ground ball to first and runner at first base. So looking in this first column, a 0.74 ground ball to first is a 3 unassisted with a runner advancement. So a little tapper down the right field line, right at the bag. First baseman makes the play, touches the bag, but going to second base is going to be Harris on the fielder's choice. We'll say 3 unassisted, and that's out number 2. But the runner does advance to second base on a little tapper to first, and that brings up Ozzie Albies with an opportunity to drive in a run. This will be a 300. That's a fly ball. That goes, that's actually a pop up to the catcher. Catcher's going to make the play, and that's going to be out number 3. Ozzie Albies frustrated with himself as he pops it up to Yan Gomes. Gomes squeezes it for the 3rd out, and that will be all she wrote in the 6th. 4-0 is our score. Haven't had any scoring since the 2nd inning. And Maxwell Fried still on the mound. He can go 22 batters. He's at 19 right now. So maybe his last inning. A 19 is going to be an advantage to Maxwell Fried. 463 is a line drive off of Swanson's bat. That liner goes to third base, and making the snag is Austin Riley as he dives out and makes the play. We'll go L5 on the putout. Nice job on the line making that catch from Austin Riley. Swanson frustrated with himself. He's hit a couple of liners and has nothing to show for it. Up next is Ian Happ, the switch hitter. He's hitting right-handed. This is a -5, so a 1-5 to Happ. It's a 9, and a 7.05 will be a strikeout, as Happ strikes out twice in this game so far. Fried's got him a couple of times. Happ with a bloop single on his last at-bat, but this time he strikes out. Cody Bellinger stands in. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out his last at-bat. This is a +2 advantage to Cody Bellinger. So a 159 will be a fly ball off of Bellinger's bat. 557 is a fly ball out to right field. And the right fielder is Acuna. He waits under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Max Fried. 18, 19, 21, 2. He actually will be able to go out for another inning for the 7th. Let's see how that goes for him when he gets out there. And we're going to keep Assad in the game. He'll face off against Riley, Olsen, and Murphy. Middle 3 for the Braves. This is a +1 advantage to Riley, so 1-11. And an 833. That's going to be a base hit for Austin Riley. It's a little blooper into center field. He gets jammed on it, but he's strong enough to get it out there. That's going to be a base hit. His 2nd hit of the game. 3rd time he's been on base. And he is at first base with nobody out. Brings up Matty Olson. Olson 2 for 3. He's got a home run and a single. A 104 will be a fly ball. That's a fly ball out to the center fielder, Bellinger. Bellinger makes the catch for the first out. And let's see, there's one instance here where the runner has to go. So let's say F8 on the out, and we hit it to center field and runner at first. It's a 972. 972 is here. That's going to be the player's choice. I am not going to run with Austin Riley, so keep him at first base. And Sean Murphy coming to the plate. Murphy a 715 OPS against right-handed bats, or right-handed pitchers. He's a +1. They're even, Steven, on this. So 1 to 10 to Murphy, it's a 20. A 049 is going to be a grounder. This will be a ground ball to second base. The second baseman is Morrell. He makes the catch. Let's see what happens on the play. We only have one out here. So 1 out, runner at second base. And this is going to be hit to Morrell at second. 760, shouldn't be anything too crazy. Alright, so we have a chance for a double play. So this should be good. So it says 4-6 double play, question mark. We can ignore what's in parentheses. That's only what you do if there's 2 outs. So 4-6 double play with a question mark. And when it says DP, we need to look at the defensive player's double play rating. So that's going to be Christopher Morrell. Wherever he is. Where are you? There he is. So his double play rating is 0. He's perfectly average at turning a double play. And when we look at the DP chart, we need to roll off of the double play chart to see if the double play was completed. So he needs a 541 to a 710 to be able to complete the double play. It's a 341. That puts him here. So for a 0 rated double play guy, he is going to not be able to make that double play. That's going to be a fielder's choice, 4-6. And we'll say he's here on a 4-6. We get the fielder's choice here. That's out number 2. So Sean Murphy beats out the slow roller to second base. And the Braves still alive here in the top of the 7th. Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna is a +1 advantage. That's a 994. That's going to be serious trouble. As a 926 to 1,000 is a home run, and not being able to turn that double play is a killer. As Marcell Ozuna parks one, he hits that one high and deep to left center field, and that's into the bleachers. And Marcell Ozuna with a 2-run homer. He's now 1 for 4 in this one. He's going to bring home Sean Murphy, who was safe, hustled out that potential double play. Kept the inning alive just long enough for the Big Bear to crank one into the gap in left center field. Ball being thrown back onto the field by the faithful Cub fans, but the runs still count, unfortunately. It's now 6-0. Braves of the Cubs. Brings up Eddie Rosario 0 for 2. He's a left-handed bat, so a -2 from Assad. And a +1, so that's a -1. So 1 to 9 for Rosario. 430 is going to be a fly ball. Everybody holding their breath after that last one. 943 is a pop up to third. 382 is going to be a catch. So we go P5 on the put out as Eddie Rosario pops up to third base. Fastball on the outside corner. He couldn't quite get on top of it. But the Braves do strike for 2 more on the Marcell Ozuna home run. They tied the all-time team home run mark in 2023. 400 plus home runs for the team. So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Maxwell Fried is going to get one more inning. He's at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He can go 22. And so as long as he starts the inning and he's not over his stamina, I let him just complete. So he's going to try to get through 7 here. He'll be facing off against Gomes, Suzuki, and Nico Horner. A 9 is going to be an advantage to Fried. So 247. 247 is a grounder. You can see what difference it makes. 247 off of his card would have been a fly ball. Fried, a ground ball pitcher for the most part. This will be a grounder to short. 270 is a play made by the shortstop. I don't think that can ever be an error. So we're going to go 6-3 on the put out. That's going to be Arcia across the diamond for out number 1, Yan Gomes. Down on the ground ball. Brings up Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki, the right fielder. A -5 and a +2. So -3 to Fried, 1 to 7. 657 is going to be a walk. You can see 657 off Fried's card would be a strikeout. So you got to look a little bit, but it really does make a difference about who gets to control the at-bat. 1 out, runner at first base for Nico Horner. Again, a -3, 1 to 7 to Horner. So this is off his card. 525 is a strikeout. Another K for Maxwell Fried. And Nico Horner is out number 2. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Patrick Wisdom stands in. Last hope for the Cubs in the 7th. They have just not been able to put anything together against Max Fried. Right-hander, he's a -5 and a -1. It's a -6. So 1 to 4 to Patrick Wisdom. It's a 5. So 167 is a grounder off of Fried's card. 201, that'll be a ground ball to second base. Ozzie Albies, no problem at second base as he makes the catch. Let's see what happens on the play. At least there's no error. So we got a runner at first base, 2 outs. A 531 should be a pretty generic play. Runner at first base, a 4-3. So we take the result that's in the parentheses with 2 outs. So we're going to go 4-3 on the put out. And that's out number 3. So Fried gets out of the 7th inning. The Cubs strand 1 runner at first. And we head to the top of the 8th inning. It is Braves 6, Cubs 0. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to leave Assad out there maybe 1 more inning and just let him try to max out his stamina. He's facing off against Arcia, Harris, and Acuna. Top of the 8th inning. This will be, it's a right-hander and a right-hander, so they're even. This goes to Arcia. 648 is going to be a strikeout. Second straight strikeout of Assad against Arcia. And that is out number 1. That'll bring up Michael Harris the second. Harris walked. Was taken out on a fielder's choice in his last at bat. Or his last time up. This is a 275 for Assad. That's a fly ball from Mike Harris. 648. Goes out to center field. Bellinger's there to make the catch. And that's out number 2. 2 down for the Braves in the top of the 8th. Assad trying to shut things down. He'll be facing off against Ronald Acuna. Acuna with a ground out to first in his last at bat. 10 will be an advantage to Acuna. 497. That's going to be a strikeout. As he ramps up on that 3-2 fastball, tries to crank it out of the park and comes up empty. 3 up, 3 down go the Braves in the top of the 8th. Good job by Javier Assad. He did give up the 2-run homer to Marcell Ozuna, but largely shut down the Braves in his 3 innings of work. Excuse me. And we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Morel, Madrigal, and Swanson. Not Manson, but Swanson. And let's get a new pitcher in for the Braves. All right, 6-0 lead. We're going to let Kirby Yates come into the game. He replaces Max Fried. Fried goes 7 innings. He gives up 1, 2, just 2 hits, no runs, and 2 walks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts. Good start for him. He did hit a batter, and he faced off against 26. So Kirby Yates comes in, right-handed pitcher for the Braves. He's good against right-handed batters. 383 FIP in 30 innings pitched. 35% K percentage against righties. Sort of a fly ball pitcher. We'll see how that affects things. Christopher Morel to the plate. Morel is 0 for 2. He was thrown out by Ronald Acuna trying to score back in the 3rd inning. We got a 19, so that's going to be a 1-8 for the batter. 242 against Yates. That's a fly ball. 337. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And a 113. No chance. I guess there is a chance out there. Let's check the left fielder. The left fielder is Eddie Rosario. As long as he's not the worst kind of fielder, which he's not, he's going to make the play there. So fly ball to left, and that's out number 1. Christopher Morel goes down as the first out. Nick Madrigal up. Madrigal is 1 for 2. Been hit by a pitch, and that's going to be a 20. 20 goes to Yates, so a 675 is a strikeout. So Kirby gets him with the splitter, and that's out number 2. Yates had some really big years for San Diego before having arm surgery, and I think he's with the Rangers now. Brings up Dansby Swanson. Swanson is 0 for the day. He's got a couple of lineouts. Frustrating one last time, hit it out to 3rd base. Riley made a good play on. He's a -2. Swanson is a +1, so that's a -1. 1-9. This off Swanson's card, 565. That's going to be another strikeout. So a couple strikeouts for Dansby, and that's going to end the inning. He just drops his hat in frustration as the Cubs just can't get anything going today. They're down 6-0 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. We're going to need to get a new pitcher for the Cubs. All right, and the new pitcher is going to be Michael Fulmer, right-handed pitcher for Chicago. And he's going to come in for an inning and see if he can shut down this middle of the order for the Braves. It'll be Albies, Riley, and Olsen. 15, this is going to be a tough one. 960 is going to be a hit. I believe that's off of Fulmer's card. It is. And so the hit comes off of Albie's card against a righty. a 0.92. That's going to be a base knock, as Albie's batting left-handed. It's a ground ball up the middle into center field, and that's going to be a knock for Ozzy, as he stands at first with nobody out. He's 2 for 5 in this one. Austin Riley to the plate. 1 to 11 goes to Riley. 647 will be a walk. So single walk for Fulmer, and that puts runners at first and second base. Not a good start for the Cubs. Brings in Matty Olson, and 850, that's going to be off of the pitcher card. That's another walk, as Fulmer has now loaded the bases. %13 walk percentage, not good. It's coming off Fulmer's card again, 515. This time he gets a line drive off the bat of Sean Murphy. 214 will be a liner to left field. That's caught by the left fielder. So we'll go L7 on the putout. We got to check our chart here. See what happens with the line drive. We got bases loaded. It's a 943, a liner to left. And that's going to be the player's choice. I'm going to leave them there with just one out. Brings up Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna with a 2-run jack in his last at bat. He's got a +1 advantage, but that's not going to matter. 530 is another line drive. And this time it is hit to center field. 956 will be caught by Michael Harris. Again, we'll check our chart. See if the run has to come home or what the deal is. 918 on a liner to center. And that, again, is going to be the player's choice. We'll leave them there. And that brings up Eddie Rosario. 6-0, no need to pile it on. Make the Braves hit him in. Left-handed bats, he's a -1, +1, so 1 to 10. 748 is going to be a single for Eddie Rosario. That's going to score this run. It's going to push everybody up. And let's see where that goes. That is a blooper to center field. Austin Riley is running. We're just going to hold everybody up. That's just a 1 RBI single on the bloop shot from Eddie Rosario. That's going to score Ozzy Albies from third. And that brings up Orlando Arcia. Arcia is even with this pitcher. He's 1 for 4. 642 is going to be a strikeout. And that will end the inning, as Fulmer comes in and gives up one more. It's now 7-0 Atlanta over Chicago. We're just going to let Kirby Yates finish this one out. See if he can take care of the order here. Go to the bottom of the 9th inning. 7-0 is our score. Ian Happ is a +3. Yates is a 0, so it's a 1 to 13. 825 is a base hit for Ian Happ. And that goes to, that's a little bloop to right field. Let's check to see if there's an error on the right fielder. There might be. Right fielder is Acuna. He's a 0. And it requires a 1 to 30. This is a 0-17. That's actually going to be an error on the right fielder. And he can't pick it up, and that allows the runner to go to second base. So, second error of the game on Acuna. A tough one for him. And we're going to have Bellinger up with a runner in scoring position against Kirby Yates. He's a 0. He's a +2. So that's 1 to 12. That goes off Bellinger. 932 is going to be a double. That'll score the run. That's the first run of the game. Line drive to left center field as Bellinger rings one off of the ivy. He comes home to score on the double. That'll be an RBI for Cody Bellinger. And the Cubs get on the board. It's now 7-1. Bottom of the ninth inning. Nobody out and a runner at second base. Brings up Yan Gomes. Gomes is going to be a 1 to 8. So 240 off Yates' card is a fly ball. Fly ball to left field is going to be caught by the left fielder. We'll say F7. Let me see. Got a runner at second. We got a fly ball. Only one out. It is a 0-73. And looks like the runner has to go. He's trying to advance to third base. That means the runner is Bellinger. He runs at a +1. The left fielder is Rosario. Way at the back, he's a -2 arm. So we got to put the onus on the outfielder here. What did I say? -2. So he's got the worst outfield arm you can have. Only on a 31 to 100 is the base runner out at third. So Bellinger trying to score. It's a 0-43. And Eddie Rosario gears up and throws out Cody Bellinger at third base. Ill-advised to take that base, but from deep left field, Eddie Rosario makes a peg, and we're going to go 7-5 on the putout. So a double play on the fly ball from Yan Gomes. Bellinger thrown out at third base trying to advance. And that's going to bring up Seiya Suzuki. He's the last hope for the Cubs in this game against Kirby Yates. It's a 1 to 9 to him. 674 is going to be a walk, as he has not given up. That's the second walk in the game for Suzuki. He stands at first with Nico Horner coming to the plates. Horner. He's a right-handed bat, so he's a +1, 1 to 11. 375 is going to be a fly ball from Nico. 794. That's a fly ball out to center field. Center fielder is Harris, and he's going to make that catch with 2 outs. No need to figure anything else out. That's going to be out number 3. That ends our ball game. The Cubs do get 1, and so the final score on this one is Braves 7, Cubs 1. The actual game was 8-0 Braves, so that came out pretty close. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I'll do all the totals for myself. But the Braves won this one 7-1. Home runs from Matty Olson and the Big Bear Marcell Ozuna. And then RBI single from Austin Riley as well. For the Cubs, it was a run-scoring double in the 9th inning. Gives them their single run. The win is going to go to Maxwell Fried, who goes 7 innings. Gives up only 2 hits and no earned runs. Yates goes a couple of innings, gives up 1 run. And the loss is going to go to Kyle Hendricks, who pitched okay, 7 innings, 4 runs. Only 2 of those are earned. And had 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. But just couldn't get any offense going against Max Fried, who was dominant in this one. So this is Precision Baseball. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click on subscribe. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up or share it. That would be even better. keep a lookout for this game as I test it more. I'm going to be looking for official testers, people who will be willing to play 10 or 20 games with a few teams, and just kind of keep some stats and see how things are going, what's the look and feel, like how does the game feel and stuff like that. So are there things that can be improved or made better or added that would give even more depth and realism to the game. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.